Big Trev coming at you again here. Today we're reviewing the Toyota Owners 400. Just ran. And congratulations to Joey Logano and the 22 team for winning the race. Matt Kenseth started on the pole and had problems late in the last stage of the race with a flat tire. Okay, Marshall, how did you... I got a special guest here, Marshall Masiakowski. I apologize for not introducing him, but he's my brother, and I just thought I would have a little different approach this time. But I would like your opinion. A couple different things here. This video may be a little longer than usual because we're not only going to talk about the race, but we're going to talk about Dale Jr. and his retirement. So first to today's race, it was ran on Fox was the broadcast coverage, and I will be honest with you, it was one of the worst broadcasts of a NASCAR Cup race I have ever seen.
I agree.
In the 16 or 17 years now I've been watching racing. Marshall, what's your opinion on the race broadcast?
I agree with you. I think this was the worst broadcast I've seen in Fox, and they didn't do a good job of it today. The running order was all messed up. They had not the correct order of the actual running positions,
Yep.
and they missed some crashes too happening. You know, Clint Boyle and
Ty Dillon.
Ty Dillon crashed, and they didn't get to it right away.
They were showing a replay of Dale Earnhardt Jr. crashing, and what happened was Ty Dillon and Clint Boyer got into a little scuffle, and for some reason we still don't know how it happened.
No.
But all of a sudden they're showing the replay of the Dale Earnhardt Jr. crash, and I'll mind you, before that, during the green flag condition, Darrell Waltrip yelled, "Oh, trouble down here," in turn 3, and it took him literally 5 to 7 seconds to cut to the crash after it already happened. And then they're showing a car that had actually just had contact, and then all of a sudden they cut to Dale Jr.'s car, who has a flat tire, a good 10 seconds after that. So then they go to replay, and after that they completely miss Ty Dillon and Clint Boyer. I'm going to tell you, this kind of coverage is inexcusable, first off. For a live event and on a network that is national and has been covering NASCAR for 17 years. This is their 17th season. They have 16 good years in the book, and for whatever reason they're falling off the wagon, missing crashes. Again, the Fox box, which is the running order that Marshall alluded to, was all messed up. And on the final caution period with about 30 laps to go, or actually not, yeah, it was about 30 laps to go, they showed Jimmy Johnson leading, although he was a lap down. Let me ask you something. How can a car that's a lap down be leading the race?
Well, that's not possible.
It's not possible. There's no way.
Yeah.
The race-off pit road graphic completely missed Brad Keselowski coming off the pit road first, and if you ask me, it is complete BS. You know, and I understand they want to show you where the cars are running. They want to show you the rundown of the field. That's fine and dandy.
Yeah.
Do it one lap before green. Do it before the pits are open, if you know, and don't show the ticker if there was a crash taking a large number of cars out, because the field positions are not going to be correct. So we had a big scoring problem, and I believe it was Fox, and then most of the time during the race they'd be flipping through the ticker, and it would just completely skip back and restart, or it would show on the leaders panel the top 3, and then it would say on the right side, where it would usually say 4, 5, 6, and 7, it said 1, 2, 3, 4. So they were doing something today with that, and I'm just, you know, completely outraged by the lack of coverage from what's supposed to be the best network that covers not just NASCAR but all sporting events. So
That's definitely
after
incorrect.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, after 9, well, that's what the Fox claims to be the best. That's
They claim to,
yeah, but they're not. And I'm going to tell you right now, after 9 races, if you can't get your shit together, then go somewhere else. Don't be in NASCAR.
Yeah.
You know, and another thing, after 9 races, July can't come soon enough for NBC to come back. And at least they do Through the Field, where they utilize pit reporters and they talk about strategy a little bit too with fresh crew chiefs, not crew chiefs that have been retired for 20, almost 20 years. Larry McReynolds, I love him. He's a good guy, but as far as his knowledge, he has not been on the pit box like Steve Letarte has recently left the pit box. So that's what I think. But as far as the race goes today, there was 7 cautions.
Yep.
About 70 laps or so of the race got eaten up over yellow.
Yeah, how about that?
There was some periods of racing where it was really boring because the field got strung out.
I agree.
And there were over 100 lap green flag runs.
Yeah, a lot of green flag laps.
And now, Marshall, what do you think of the racing on the restarts?
I think it was very exciting to watch. A lot of cars making a lot of moves, going left, right. A lot of intense racing on the restarts.
The 3 wide and
yeah,
stuff.
3 wides, 4 wides.
Yep.
But I thought there would be some more wrecks because of that. And there was some pretty crazy race on the restarts.
It was, but do you think, would you like to see more racing like that more often?
Yeah, I would say on the restart keeps the race more exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have that, more people are gonna watch and be more happy to see it. So it grabs your attention. I mean, it's okay to have some boring stuff everyone try, because you can't always have that stuff. It's not gonna happen.
Right.
But it just makes the race more interesting and not boring.
Okay, what do you think? Okay, with the not the boring green flag pit stops. Do you like green flag pit stops, or do you frown on it?
Well, what's your opinion on that, Phyllis?
I kind of frown on them because just to a point that it's been such a long green flag run that we could see a yellow and bunch up the field. So that's something I think could be
That's
yeah. But then again, you can't force a caution.
no, you can't really. I don't know, I'm kind of like in between, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of good, but on the other hand, it's kind of bad
I'll tell
because
you.
a caution could happen. But
Right, but I'll tell you what green flag stops does for the crew members. It makes them have to work twice as hard,
yeah,
and it also makes them probably more on edge, more apt to make mistakes. So green flag pit stops, and we did have 1 cycle of green flag stops today. And just before that cycle would have ended, a caution came out for Dale Earnhardt. No, yeah, was it Dale Jr.? There was a caution.
yeah, those
regardless,
cautions on
yeah, there was. I think it was the first. Yeah, because he had
the
2
first time
yellows.
he had
a flat.
tail.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there's a couple different things that went on, and Kyle Busch got in the wall too and had a caution. So really, it just today's race. They need to make
some adjustment. They need to fix some things.
They do. They need to make adjustments, whether it's the tire compound or something on the lines of that. Something needs to happen.
Yeah,
so.
a lot of tire problems today. I will say that.
Yeah, but you'd think there'd be more.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna meet some more too.
And then Harvick said he had problems with his brakes. But,
yeah, Harvick had some problems too.
And one thing I will say about the race is it's kind of hard to follow.
It can be sometimes.
Because of the lack of pit road coverage during green flag conditions. You maybe hear 1 pit reporter talking 20 laps about 1 car,
Yeah.
And that makes it really hard to follow. Versus if you did a through the field and utilize the pit reporters, you would have more knowledge of how the cars are handling and what adjustments they're going to make on the next stop. And poor Clint Boyer was running good up until he was in the top 10 almost the whole day.
Yeah, he had a nice run going. He was actually doing pretty good.
And then
last week, he had finished second place last week, so that was good.
That was good, and I don't think I mentioned that. So thanks, Marshall, for mentioning that. And
no problem.
Clint Boyer had that run-in with Ty Dillon. And
yeah, that definitely messed up his day.
Like I said, we never really got to how it happened, but I don't know. It ruined his day. And then Matt Kenseth dominated.
Yeah, he had a nice run in the beginning, but
as the track conditions changed, Matt Kenseth's it's like their team missed the changes needed to keep up with the race.
Man, didn't he have like a bad start or something too?
He had a bad restart, I think
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, he had a bad restart, and he dropped back a little bit. And then he
did.
had that flat.
Yeah,
at
that
the
really
end
messed his day
with
up.
20 to go or whatever it was. Yeah, that was just...
Yeah, that was bad luck.
It was.
A lot of bad luck for Kenta this year so far.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
Jason.
it is. So Logano wins.
It sucks because we don't really like Logano.
Not too much. I can't, congrats to them. You
Yeah.
know, that's fine and dandy. Keselowski was second, and I believe Hamlin was third. But, Kyle Larson kind of struggled, which was a surprise. Chase Elliott struggled too.
Yeah.
And Ricky Stenhouse, he had a top 10, and so did Eric Almirola. He finished ninth.
Yeah, he did good.
He did. But other than that, that was the race.
Yep, that was pretty much Chase.
So from there, we'll leave you with Crank It Up, which is basically the only good part of the
that was
Fox
good.
broadcast.
I agree.
Until next time.
For a NASCAR on Fox, Crank It Up at Richmond.